introduce you. Okay, this is Group 2 for their advanced portfolio presentation. Over to you guys.
Our film is called Conspiracy, and our tagline is "How do you survive when your money's worth nothing?" Synopsis is: a very successful businessman, the MP for Economics, helps the economy improve due to his reforms. However, these backfire and the world currency drops and prices become very inflated. The world's gone into chaos as people begin looting and rioting, leaving a rapid destruction in their path. The economy plummets and money is abolished, and the government shifting all of the blame on this one businessman. This leads him to be hated and hunted by gangs of anti-capitalists. This businessman must now come up with a plan to fix the economy whilst fighting for his own survival. We are influenced by In Time, because this is a postmodern dystopia film where the rich can afford to live forever, but the poor die young as you have to buy time to live past 25. There's no money and people carry currency electronically, and the rich can form time. The different areas in the film are contrasting because many are poor and run down and others are rich and wealthy. From our research of a dystopia film timeline, we discovered that the films play on societal fears at the time, so we chose to base our film on economic depression because this is a relevant subject.
The themes of the movie include the theme of money being worthless and it causes an apocalypse. This is a very dystopic theme. The narrative structure of the film is a three-act structure. The storyline, characterisation, action, the main character trying to restore order and the economy, and the hint at resolution. The characterisation of the main character is basically that he is characterised as an anti-hero, as he is portrayed as a villain or bad guy at the start, as he accidentally destroys the world's economy and value of money, but then he is shown to be the hero at the end, and he decides to resolve the problem that he started with the whole world against him.
The opening scene of our film sort of immediately put you into the turmoil that the world's going into, on a sort of run down, quite sort of shitty looking street. And basically start with our MP, who's clearly having to hide himself, like using sunglasses and having a beard, sort of shaking, coughing, like as he comes out of an alleyway, so he's just sort of ill and hiding. And just walking down the street just sort of becomes more and more apparent that he's been outlawed. So like a camera zooms in on a poster over his face with a bounty above it, but it wouldn't be money because it's abolished, and that's sort of the first time we realised that humans aren't using money anymore. And basically to show how it's not his fault and how he was framed, we just have different flashbacks, or sort of either like someone preaching in the streets or like a news report about it, and then flashbacks on each point that's made to show that it wasn't how it seems and it wasn't him that caused it.
Right, Act 1. The film starts with total equilibrium. The economy is on the up and the male protagonist, an MP for Economics, is at the forefront. He's interviewed for Nationwide News, takes full responsibility for vast improvement. There's an inciting incident. Disruption occurs when there's a nationwide economic crash. Policies brought in by the male protagonist backfire, which result in bankruptcy for almost everybody, banks, etc. Act 2. Due to the economic crash, the once praised MP is now in the firing line of the nation. Riots, looting, nationwide death, drop in the population. He's under attack from every direction. But he also has a suspicion that there was a conspiracy, or maybe that he was set up by others involved in the economy. So his family left him. Everything's pretty much going wrong for him, so he decides to take matters into his own hands and prove that he was set up and to restore order. Act 3, there's confirmation he was definitely set up by others heavily involved. He finds the culprits and through everything brings them to justice and restores his name. There's a hint at resolution when towards the end of the film things seem to be getting back to normal. Marketing our film. It's an independent film, so it's a low budget. We aim to promote it mainly through social networking. such as Facebook and Twitter, because it's mainly aimed at a younger generation. We'll promote on these to raise awareness on a large scale, awareness of cinemas, locations, times, to allow conversation and debate on the film, and to develop fun and exciting promotions such as competition for free tickets or guest passes to the film launch. Also have promotion consisting of a smaller poster and interviews in Empire magazine to reach out to film lovers. At first we will initiate a teaser press release consisting of teaser posters, trailer, interviews from leading actors in the film. We will also release teaser clips of the film on social networking sites to maintain interest. Talks and campaigns in schools and colleges will also be held to reach out to the younger community.
Okay, very interesting. Questions? Jack?
How are you going to show the wealthy compared to the poor?
We're going to do a lot of quick editing, from cutting to flashbacks of when it was good to archive footage maybe of rioting and looting and all that, but then quickly cutting back and forward.
How are we going to determine who's the rich and the poor, or outfits they're going to be wearing, suits and stuff?
What we were going to do is there's basically a very few people that haven't been affected. A lot of people are completely not back. Whereas in sort of current economical climates, there's still loads of people that are really wealthy. There's really not going to be many at all. So it will be most people sort of living without money at all.
Can I just ask, will they be the kind of antagonists, the kind of wealthy elite, if you like?
The antagonists are mainly the others that obviously he's looking for people who have set him up. So they're the main antagonists, but obviously the few remaining rich are not very popular in the film.
But do we get a sense of who those people might be?
They're not really heavily included. It's not really a characterised, really.
Okay.
Not have main roles, but they will be shown.
It's more that is a kind of setting, and it is more focused on the story that's going on within that setting, of him being framed and stuff, and trying to get his revenge.
What's the rating of your film? Is it going to be really violent?
I haven't really decided that, but
I'd say probably 15.
it doesn't need to be 18.
It's more of a kind of thriller,
Yeah, it's not going to be heavy.
the Bourne kind of films.
Maybe a few swear words.
Any other questions? Munya?
Well, I'd use that front on the slides.
All right, we'll ignore Munya's question. So let's think about the narrative itself, because I think that your idea is very interesting, and you want it to sort of show kind of realism, essentially reflecting what's going on in society in sort of recent years. Do you think that's one of your main selling points? That kind of sort of realistic.
That's heavily linked to the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sort of seems like it could be quite a real sort of fear, everything's sort of going downhill as it is. So who's to say this wouldn't happen?
So as we said before, the research that we did, dystopia films are always linked to current societal, that's the one, societal situations, and the economy is right up there at the moment. So
Yeah, I think it's a very sort of topical idea. It's kind of how you play that out, really.
Yeah.
So are you going to have a full resolution with this guy? Is he going to get to the bottom of it?
It's going to be improving, but it's not going to be right back to happy days and stuff. So, but he'll return to having a good name again after sorting it all out. But it won't be. Yeah, won't be back to normal.
Right. Okay. Any other questions?
What are you going to play part of the MP?
No, we're going to get something older guy today.
We feel if we definitely can't get someone, then our backup plan would be to we'd have to change the storyline a bit, but have it so the MP died, and so all the blame has been shifted onto his son. So one of us would have to play his son.
That's an interesting backup.
Restore his dad's family name.
Right. Okay.
But that's a last resort. Right?
So is this guy going to be hunted as well in society? Is that the idea?
He's yeah, he's done for.
In the eyes of like the public, their lives and sort of like their livelihood have been ruined, and it's his fault. So they all hate him.
Yeah.
How are you going to show like there's no value for money in the trailer?
Like I said, like with the poster at the beginning, sort of showing that there's a bounty for him, that like everyone hates him, but the reward isn't money. It would be something else. We haven't quite worked out what.
It's just all materialistic.
We're going to do like a shot of like money burning in that suitcase.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
show like that money.
You're going to burn some money.
Like print some like fake bills out and that.
Would you suggest your film is anti-capitalist?
Yeah.
I'd say so.
Okay, so it's kind of tapping into that sort of anti-capitalist rallying that goes on around the world, and with the G8 or G whatever it is. Okay, Munya.
Is it going to be one of those like action film that it's proper like he wants to kill the other person or fight the person, or is it going to be more like mystery sort of?
Less action. It's more proving to like the world and to other people that it wasn't his fault, but to raise awareness of the fact that he was actually set up, not to go out and kill the people that have done it, but to bring them to justice and to restore them.
So more of a kind of thriller
Yeah.
element to it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Obviously, there will be like incidents where they like will meet head on and things will happen, but we're not quite sure about that.
Just one last, right? Maybe perhaps part of your marketing then, a sort of different way of paying for going to see this film
Yes.
instead of money. Perhaps. To
Money.
find
Money.
Or if you can just set it, do it free.
A brilliant selling point. All right, and on that note, thank you very much, Group 2.